Excellent. 139 yards, by the way, for TCU. I made a mistake. It was total offense. So Texas's defense has really been the key. They've shut down the TCU offense.
And so at halftime, it is Texas 24, TCU 13. That's today's halftime statistics, brought to you by Delta Airlines. And by the Jefferson Pilot Company. By Apple Computers. By Golf and its dealers. By Delta Airlines. And by your local Toyota dealer. Merle Herman and Kevin Kiley with you. And you look at Brett Stafford, who's had an outstanding first half for the University of Texas. Jeff Ward kicks off and bangs that ball way back out of the end zone. TCU will play it at the 20-yard line on the touchback. TCU coming into this second half trailing by 11. And David Rasco will be the quarterback, the sophomore from Westchester High School in Houston. Not too impressive numbers for Stafford in the first half.
Well, not big numbers, but I think they need to pass on first down. They've run 11 out of 14 times. They've gained good yardage, but then they've been when they get into passing downs, Texas picks them off and is able to. They're able to read their offense.
Tatum, the fullback, for about 3. It'll be 2nd and 7. Brian Espinoza, 94, and Thomas Aldridge, 97, made the stop. Jeff Daly, we talked about Texas losing its starting center for the game today as Carter Hill is out. McFarland has done a good job replacing him. TCU's starter Clint Haley is out of action. Jeff Daly has replaced him for the game today. This time, Rasco in the pitch to Bobby Davis, and Davis gets out across the 30 to about the 31. Tony Griffin, the left cornerback, makes the tackle. It'll be a first down.
Well, this thing is awful close here. As you see Rasco, he'll go out. He's almost a bad pitch. Good catch by Davis. Texas overruns the thing. He's able to pick up a first down. TCU, with a little bit of field position, has got to open up their offense and try to get those linebackers back on their heels, get them a little nervous, make them think something besides run.
Waddy is coming as a wideout. You saw Jared Delaney in motion as Delaney makes the catch, a good one, and he is knocked out of bounds at about the 47-yard line, and there's a flag on a late hit. Stephen Braggs, number 6, the free safety, made the tackle. TCU gets 17 on the play and probably will get some more now.
30-yard line is pretty good field position, so it's first down. They go right to the pass. Delaney will be open. This is a good pass by Rasco. Right on the money here for Delaney. He's going to get out. Now the penalty. Clearly hit out of bounds. He's a yard out of bounds, and he's hit. That's a good call by the official, and a good play by TCU. There's that first down pass. Again, if you're playing defense, penalties. 4 for Texas, none for TCU. Remember the Texas Tech game with those penalties costing the game.
Delaney caught 2 for 61 yards against Tech, the sophomore out of Madison High in Houston. But wait a minute. We're going the other way. Had an illegal procedure call, apparently, against TCU. Illegal motion.
Well, why wouldn't they be offsetting penalty?
Now they're going to take the penalty is going to be from the enforcement of the first penalty. This is the second penalty is a dead ball foul. Okay, there's the personal foul call. So they took the ball back, marched off the 5, and then marched off the 15.
I could have got that off the computer, Merle. I needed another couple of
Here's a slot to the left for TCU. We are computerized today, folks. The first time ever. And the handoff is going to Bobby Davis, and Davis gets to the 41, where Mike January, 28, the weak side linebacker, makes the tackle after 1. Dwayne Duncombe, number 48, the middle linebacker. We keep calling his name a lot. There he is. He's having a good year. He is a true freshman. He is 6'4", 222 pounds. I think the Texas coaching staff is really surprised how this fellow has matured.
Well, they say he can run. He can run, and he's got all the ability he needs. He just has to keep from being fooled back there. He's got all the tools.
Delaney comes back in motion to the inside as Rasco tries to run out of the trap, throws to Delaney, incomplete. Rasco's arm is very impressive when he's throwing on the run, especially when he is running to his left. We saw him complete a pass in the second quarter. I wondered how.
Well, the thing about this kid, and same with Duncombe, it's the same story. He wouldn't even be in the game if they didn't have all these injuries. Ankrum was injured, Giles was injured, all these guys. And this kid's a good player. Give you an idea of the depth of some of the college programs. I mean, he's been in there most of the year now, and he's a solid player. He can throw on the run, he can run the option, he can do just about everything. It's going to be a battle around here next year for the quarterback spot.
3rd down and 9. Rasco options doesn't go anyplace because Steve Llewellyn, 93, had him around the ankles and pulls him down after a gain of 2, and the punting unit will come on for TCU.
Frogs have been in trouble when they become predictable. Just a few moments ago, I was talking about first down passes. The biggest play they had in that drive was the first down pass to Delaney. But when they get that 3rd and 3 or 4 and they run the option, you're looking for it.
Here's the punt by Becker, and he pops it back into the end zone. It'll come out to the 20-yard line. So Eric Metcalf was back there for it. A 57-yard kick by Becker, who's averaged over 45, the 4th leading punter in the nation. He's having quite a day. We'll be back right after this. And we'll be back. 11-point lead here in the 3rd quarter at the 20-yard line of the Longhorns. Patrick McFarland up over the ball. Little play action, rolling to the right and throwing, and it is dropped by Darren Norris coming out of the backfield.
Well, this is the play that I think TCU should run. It's a counter on first down. The guy's wide open. Norris. See Norris, 34? He goes up. Linebacker has no chance. Harris is the backer, and Dean, both of them trailing him. He drops the ball again. That's the play you should see from TCU on those Texas linebackers. Now, Stafford's stats are getting killed here. He's had 3 that I know of that have been dropped.
Metcalf will line up at the tailback spot of the power I, and they shift out of that. Send McCray, the tight end, to the right side, put a man on the wing. Metcalf counters back to the right side and goes to the 23.
A play by Harris on that play. He went out with a bad knee in the first half. He's back, and he caught Metcalf was just getting ready to turn the Jets on. And he grabbed him by the back of his shirt, Eric. He tucked that thing in a little tighter. You had a touchdown.
73 yards on 11 rushes for Metcalf. You got about 3.5, so it'll be 3rd down and 6. Gay and Johnson are the wideouts for Texas. Gay goes in motion. Stafford throws behind Metcalf. He would have been short by about 3 yards of a first down unless he had been able to turn it upfield.
Yeah, double coverage on Gabriel Johnson, and that's what opens this thing up. Now Metcalf again, the crossing pattern, and he's lucky this thing wasn't intercepted. Well, now you'd have to have been, I guess, 2 feet tall to intercept it. First bad pass by Stafford.
Alex Waits, who's from nearby Plano, will kick it away to Tony Brooks. Waits barefoots it and hangs it high. Boy, this is a beauty. Brooks over the shoulder, runs out of bounds on his own 21. So Waits, who had averaged over 44 yards a kick, popped that one 55 yards. Timeout, 11:55 in the 3rd quarter. Texas.
This is rushing plays and passing plays, a great tool.
Bobby Davis cuts it across the 20 for about 1.
Everybody's going to know I haven't memorized this stuff now.
Blake Bronner, 85. Dwayne Duncombe, 48. Make the hit.
A lot of college teams are predictable because field position. When you play defense, if you read play charts before a game of what teams' tendencies are, they'll show you what they do on 1st, 2nd, 3rd down in different parts of the field. It really can help you.
Rasco on the drop and throws to Delaney, and he had to turn around. A flag was thrown back at the 23-yard line. Delaney couldn't hold on.
That's not a bad pass. It was a good pass. A little bit of a blitz on by Texas. They got it out there to Delaney. He didn't catch it.
Penalty is going to be against Texas. So are we getting closer to computerized coaching? We already have coaches using all kinds of computer printouts.
Well, this is a lot of what they do in the booth anyway. This is they'll chart teams' tendencies, and quite a few teams, college teams and pro teams, well, all the pro teams chart tendencies, and teams. I know Clemson. When I did Clemson football, you could tell by the down and distance and the score, you could almost pick the play in Clemson. They made it work anyway, somehow.
Texas got a 5-yard penalty. You saw the reaction of Fred Akers a moment ago. He was really unhappy. Now it's 2nd and short. The pitch by Rasko. He just got it away to Bobby Davis, who dives for the first down. He could see the yard marker at the 31. He dived out to about the 32. Gerard Senegal, number 5, the strong safety, made the tackle.
All right, little counter action. You can see it. They're going to the short side of the field to Davis. Duncombe is blocked, and the block at the corner. Aldridge is blocked here. Watch this. No chance. He gets turned inside, and that's Reggie Davis making that play, and the other Davis going for the first down, the Davis guys.
First down on the 33 as they run it out of the wishbone, and Rasko in the option gets to the 39, almost the 40-yard line. Pretty good gain by David. Stephen Braggs, the free safety from Houston. Mike January, the weak side linebacker, make the stop after a 6-yard gain by David Rasko, who had rushed for 294 yards and 4 touchdowns coming into this one.
That's what I like about Rasko. Rasko really runs the offense well. I don't know that he's a great runner or even a great passer, but he runs the offense so well. He's very smooth, and he does the right thing.
2nd down 4. Rasko gives to Roscoe Tatum, his fullback. Tatum may be short of the first down. He'll be rather close. He got 3 on the play, the sophomore from Carthage. Steve Llewellyn, 93. Mike January, 28. Make the stop for the University of Texas.
Texas got to be real conscious with Tatum in the game in the up-back position in the wishbone. If he breaks free, he's gone. Nobody's going to catch him, so they really have to play inside tough.
Texas has not lost to TCU here since 1958. Stephen Braggs is going to go over and play the left cornerback spot now for Texas as the Horned Frogs go for the first down with Tony Darthard. They get it at the 45, and Dwayne Duncombe and his tackles are starting to stack up. He's in there on the stop for Texas, along with Blake Brawner, number 85.
We've talked a lot about Dwayne today. He needs to recognize this thing, get up. He gets lateral, beats the block. Now he needs to get up in that hole. Does a nice job. Nice job. If he could have stepped up a little quicker, could have stopped him from getting the first down. But that's really what you have to do. Slide left, get your feet set, and bang, hit the guy.
Now Texas has Richard Peavy and Stephen Braggs in there together in the deep secondary. Just one problem there for Roscoe Tatum. Did you see him take off out of the fullback spot, and the ball hadn't been snapped yet, and he picked up about 5 yards because everybody just let him go.
I told you he was quick, Merle.
Yes.
That's how fast he is. He looks like everybody else is standing still on this play.
He said, what am I doing out here?
That's a lonely feeling.
I can't go back and hide. Illegal motion, says Doyle Jackson, the referee, and Texas declines the penalty to run up the down. The ball at the 45 of TCU. Texas leading it 24-13. 9.5 minutes to go in the third quarter here in Fort Worth.
This is a tough down for the Frogs. 2nd and long. It's a good screen and draw, and the split back formation is the one you run that at.
Texas showing blitz, but they go to the run, and Darthard carries it up to the past the midfield stripe and down to the 46-yard line. They're going to mark it. Thomas Aldridge, 97, the defensive right end, pulls him down a gain of 8. It'll be 3rd down and 2.
Fred Akers told me this morning they'll run the dive on any down. 3rd and 10, 2nd and 10. On 2nd and 11, they ran the dive, and they made it work.
3rd down short. Rasko goes to the handoff. Bobby Davis meets Blake Brawner, number 85, the senior from Richardson, and Brian Espinoza, who play that left side defensively for Texas very well.
85 and 94, Espinoza and Brawner, the strength of that defense. A lot of experience there. As you watch Duncombe, they hold their ground, actually get a little bit. That's a great play there by Espinoza, holding off the block with one hand, making a tackle with the other. That's a good camera shot, too. Great defense by Texas.
4th down, 1, and TCU will go for it. Texas Christian down by 11 here in the third quarter. 8:33 left to play in the period. TCU going for broke. Rasko has it on the option. He runs it very well. Picks up big yardage to the 32.
What I meant earlier about this guy, he just runs the offense well. And watch him make the right decision here. Fake here. We got a blown coverage on the quarterback on the corner. And then finally they pull him down from behind. But the man that was supposed to have The man who was supposed to have the quarterback on that was number 28, and that was January. He couldn't make up his mind.
Rasko keeps it again after getting 14 on the last carry. He gets about 4 on this one. Bobby Rhodes, number 67, the strong linebacker, makes the tackle on David.
Play earlier was a perfect example of why, when you're assigned a man on the option, you have to stay with him. January came out, couldn't make up his mind, took a step inside. Rasko made the decision. The pitchman was covered, and he went upfield. You got to stay with those guys all over. It's almost like man-to-man coverage against the run.
27,517 here at Amon Carter today. Tatum was blocking for Rasko. Espinoza in to make the tackle, number 94. They lose a yard in the play.
Now here's an example. Now Bradford's going to be the pitchman on this. And Rasko, see, here you go. Now January's got, he doesn't even know where the ball is. That's his man. That's almost like pass defense. In fact, it is like pass defense. It's man-to-man coverage. Don't you lose that guy. If they pitch the ball to him, he's gone.
Big third down play for TCU. Rasko picked up 14 in the last one. Rasko is hit for no gain by Brian Espinoza. This guy has just been exceptional all year and is exceptional today.
A lot of strength up there. Jim Wacker knows it. A lot of strength on that Texas defensive line. And there's one for you. 6'3", 252 pounds from Whittier, California. And they can play up there.
Lee Newman will go from 45 yards, 35 plus 10. Sean Millsap will hold. Newman lets it fly. He's got plenty of distance. And it is good. A 45-yard field goal by Lee Newman. That's his 15th. And that's a single season record. In fact, he established that with his 14th in this game. Now he's got 15 and the single season record for TCU. 24-16, Texas over the Horned Frogs. And we'll be back after this message from Bud Light.
Merle, I'll see you. I'm going down there.
He had shoulder pads on before he got out of Wacker's office, and he had the helmet on by the time he got out of the building.
I bring tranquilizers to these games now for my meeting with him.
The kickoff goes back inside the 5, and finally Kevin Nelson has to field it at about his own 1 and is buried at about the 2. Downfield to cover. That puts Stafford in a hole.
Boy, I hate to see something like this happen to a guy named Kevin. Look at this bounce. The bad bounce here. That's why you catch him. Yeah, around the goal line, you have to catch the ball. He thought it was going to bounce into the end zone. It didn't. And that's the story now. The 1.5-yard line for Texas. And now you play run. You have to play run. Play him tight on the pass and play that run. Try to keep him down there.
24-16. Stafford runs the offense. Stafford gets up. That's going to be a safety. As Darren Norris thrown to the end zone.
I don't believe that is a safety, Merle. And Norris looked like to me he got the ball back over the end line. But we're talking the half-yard line here from behind the offense. Just come. It's just like goal line offense. Great job by Lewis on the end. Now watch Norris. He knows where he is. He's headed back the other way. Super team defense. Again, boy, they're coming hard here. Lewis, what a great job. Inside the block.
Just that little second and third effort got him out over the goal line.
Half-yard line.
Stafford to throw out of the end zone, and does. He gets out of the hole with a strike at the 11. Joe Johnson makes the tackle on Everett Gay. A gain of 10 yards.
Great blocking at the corner, and what confidence in Stafford. Here he comes with Metcalf and Norris blocking him. Lewis is blocked. Harris doesn't get in, and the pass right on the money as he's been all day. That's good play for Texas. 3rd and short.
So Stafford has less than a yard to go when a moment ago he was operating out of the end zone. Boy, Texas eluded the trap by the narrowest of margins on that safety as Norris carries it out to about the 12. brought down by Kevin Dean, the strong linebacker, and Tracy Simeon, 56, the nose tackle. It is a first down, Texas.
Ooh, that's a big one, too. That 2 points would have made a heck of a difference now. TCU is down by 8. Touchdown and a 2-point conversion. That would have brought them to within 6. Touchdown would have put them ahead. 2 field goals would have tied. So that half yard really made a difference. Norris, what an effort to get back over the goal line.
Kevin Nelson goes out wide to the right side for Texas. On a first down with the Horns, Eric Metcalf tackled behind the line of scrimmage.
Frank Hawkins. That was a counter. Took a long time. A little counter draw. Took a long time for that thing to develop. And Hawkins sniffed it out. Back up defensive nose guard. Sniffed it out and caught Metcalf from behind. It was like one of those, what do they call those things where you rope a steer and you get him by the ankles, and he got him by both ankles.
You played at Wyoming. You ought to know that.
I didn't rope. I rode a cow once. I didn't rope any steers, though.
Second down, 12 after a loss of 2. McCray, the tight end, goes right. Stafford stays on the ground, giving the ball up to Darren Norris, the fullback, and he is out to the 15, where Greg Moore, 44, the defensive end, and Philanda Newton, 35, the free safety, make the hit, but it's a 6-yard pickup, and Texas is starting to move the ball out from the shadows of their own goal post. 3 minutes, 40 seconds to go in the third quarter.
This is a big play. Big play here, excuse me. You know, Texas, they don't have a power back, which is really interesting. They have these and these little guys just drive you crazy. A lot of times you'd rather see a power back just run into them all day. These guys have quick feet. They pick their way through your defense. It's really annoying.
Third down, 6. Stafford throws long, and something broke down there. McCray, the tight end, was covered by Joe Johnson. John Booty was back there defensively, and Texas will have to kick the ball away.
And in Frogland, they're happy in Frogland here because they gave him 1 first down, but they held him. But this defense is getting pretty pumped up. He's got him going. What they wanted to do on that play, they ran that little crossing pattern we've been showing you to Metcalf, but they held Metcalf up. And when Stafford tried to check off, go downfield, there wasn't anything there.
Alex Waits will punt it away. Tony Brooks is back deep for TCU. TCU should get decent field position out of this. And the ball is bobbled back there. A good job of getting it out by Waits. Driving it downfield in the bounce, and Tony Brooks falls down. Look at that ball roll. From a catastrophe to a big play. The ball rolls to the 18-yard line of TCU. A 67-yard kick after the ball was a bad snap. It was fumbled. Waits ran up a couple of steps and did this.
Well, I'll tell you, I don't think this is not a bad snap. That ball he just dropped it, but look at this effort. How many people can do this? He just running so he wouldn't step on his foot. Now it's not roughing the kicker because he was running towards the line of scrimmage, and they get the bounce. And that's nobody's fault on TCU. What a break for Texas. Here you go, right in the chest. And then if he's right-footed, there's no way he can get it done, right? He's left-footed.
Rasco to throw on first down, puts it way over the air for number 84, Burnett. And the coverage by Eric Jeffries, number 1, the right cornerback.
And that's a first down pass, too, and that's a good play. From the 20-yard line, make them think. Even if you don't complete it, send them deep, loosen up that coverage. If you break a running play, your defensive backs will be playing a little deeper on first down. Maybe next time they'll be able to run the ball.
Wayne Waddy is coming to the game, bringing the play in for the Frogs. He splits out wide to the right side. Rasco giving off to Darthard, and Darthard fumbled the football after getting about 10 yards. Gerard Senegal comes up with it, and Texas takes over.
One of the big problems for the Longhorns all year, they had only recovered 3 fumbles coming into this game. 3 fumbles all year. But they're going to get this one. This is an excellent effort here by Darthard. Braggs pulls the thing loose. Senegal's got it. That's good defense. Good defense pulling it loose. Here, you'll see it again. An excellent effort by the running back. And then Braggs, he should be an All-American. Guy's a great player.
First down on the 29-yard line of TCU. So the Frogs defense is right back on the field again as Metcalf spins and churns down to the 26. Greg Moore, 44, gets credit for the tackle after a gain of 3 by Eric Metcalf, the sophomore from Arlington, Virginia.
This is one of these what-ifs. You know, on Monday you watch the films. That punt mishandled, gotten away, all the way back to the 20. Darthard running for a first down, drops the ball, they turn it over the other way. In the last 3 plays, this game has turned around completely.
And the almost safety against Texas. Darren Norris at the 20. David Caldwell, 48, the left tackle, getting help from Kevin Dean, number 97, the strong linebacker. Gain of 6 for Texas. They may want to take a look at this one. So time is called with 2 minutes 5 seconds to go in the third quarter. Texas leading TCU 24-16. Remember, next week we'll be at College Station. It'll be the TCU Horned Frogs against the Aggies of Texas A&M and Jackie Sherrill, who are playing at Arkansas today. First down, Texas.
Well, the bad breaks have taken the crowd out of the game, too. The crowd was really getting into it here. And a couple of turnaround plays, and they're quiet again. Wacker had it going, had him pumped up, and now it's Fred that's got him going.
Edwin Simmons has come into the Texas backfield, replacing Eric Metcalf. Simmons at 6'4", 237 pounds. Gray, the tight end, moves right. Simmons moves up a notch on the wing. And the handoff is going to Norris. Knocked out of bounds at the 12. Ricky Rougeley, number 6, the left cornerback, on the hit, 7 yards on the play.
It's a single back formation like you see in pro football. They're going to come right at you. Simmons on the corner. They hook him. Harris can't catch him, and he'll pick up 8 yards. And that, all you do is watch that back. Whichever way he goes, that's where the ball's going. There's only one back there, but it's power football. 2 tight ends. Texas made it work.
Eric Metcalf is right back in there at tailback again for Texas. And he lines up on the wing to the left. But Kevin Nelson going into the slot left. Now he goes in motion back to the right side. Norris straight ahead. Norris inside the 10, down to the 8. He's got a first down and goal. Ron Lewis, sore shoulder and all, number 81, makes the tackle. He's the defensive left end. First and goal to go for Texas. Longhorns leading at 24-16 with 1:37 to go in the third period.
This is where the look on the guy's face. You know, you get down on your stance and you look across at the offensive lineman and you kind of just stare each other down. It's offensive line against defensive line here.
Norris, the lone setback. And Norris picks his way to the 6. Frank Hawkins, 99, the nose tackle. 265-pounder from Houston on the stop after a 2-yard pickup. And the clock nears the 1-minute mark in the third quarter.
There's nothing tricky here, nothing at all. And Texas has been winning this battle. You look for that look in his eye. You see if he looks a little scared or maybe he's worried, and that's what you're looking for. And then you just keep banging away and banging away. If you're defense, you got to learn to look not scared.
Fred Akers, in his 10th year at Texas, has never lost to TCU. Second and goal. Metcalf, easy. They fumble the ball in the end zone, but it's still a touchdown. Woo. A 6-yard touchdown run by Eric Metcalf. So the Longhorns add 6 more to make it 30-16.
By a whisker on that one. He was just barely over the end line before he dropped that thing.
Metcalf, 14 carries, 80 yards, and 2 touchdowns today. Boy, this little guy ought to really be something in the next 2 years.
He's running behind an excellent offensive line, too. Those guys, as quick as he is with that kind of strength up front, that's a heck of a combination.
Record-setting field goal kicker Jeff Ward goes for 1. It's right through the middle.
There's a little to the left there, Merle, that one.
Okay. Is that what your computer shows?
All right, they're going outside. You're trying to stop him inside. Metcalf takes a step, doesn't see anything. He uses that great speed and ability. Is the ball? Ooh, that's close. From here, it looked like it was a clear touchdown. Now we're right behind him. See, that's what he can do that a lot of people can't do. He's outside before you know it. And I'll tell you what, his feet weren't over. His feet weren't over. Right? Ball's loose right there. And I got to tell you, folks, Do we have a replay official up here? Oh, I guess we don't.
Yeah, you're it.
I'm in. Okay. I call that one back.
38 seconds remaining to be played in the third quarter. Texas has put 7 on the board to lead TCU by a score of 31-16. Next Saturday at 12 noon. Well, Texas with a comfortable 31-16 lead right now as the third quarter is about to come to an end. Jeff Ward will kick it off. What a day for Eric Metcalf, though. Ward sends it back to Tony Brooks in the end zone. He will not return it. TCU will play it from its own 20-yard line.
I'd have taken that one back. He had clear sailing for about 15 yards. Rushing today, Texas has rushed 33 times less than TCU. That's understandable. 4.3 average. TCU, 10 more carries, 4.4, and 40 yards more. But one of those, remember, was a 51-yard run early in the first quarter. And Texas has really pounded it out. They did on that drive.
David Rasco and company with a slot to the right. 1st and 10 on the TCU 20. Rasco pitches on the option. And a stumbling number 22 Bobby Davis is brought down by Richard Peavy, 42, the free safety, a gain of 6.
Let's take a look at that touchdown one more time from another angle. Metcalf, the question is, did number 2 get in before he lost the ball? His feet are not in. Right there, he loses it, and it's tough. From that, the question is, was the ball over the line in his possession before it got loose? Questionable.
Second down short. It is Darthard, and he's still going to be short, I believe. Remember to stay tuned to the end of today's game when we'll be selecting our Dodge Player of the Game. That's coming up at the end of today's telecast, the Dodge Player of the Game. Tony Darthard, about a yard short. He's number 31, the freshman from Freeport.
Only 187 pounds, and TCU has a similar problem. To Texas, they don't have a power back.
TCU is letting the clock run out, and we've come to the end of the third quarter. So we'll start quarter number 4 with Texas leading TCU by a score of 31-16 as they exchange sides of the field. 31-16 Texas. Merle Herman and Kevin Kiley with you at Amon Carter Stadium on the campus of TCU at Fort Worth. Fourth quarter, David Rasco runs the TCU offense and gets the first down as Scott Bednarski goes banging through there for about 3 and is brought down by Richard Peavy, 42, the free safety, and Steve Llewellyn, 93, the defensive right tackle. Scott Bednarski, number 9, son of the great Putski, the pro wrestler.
I'd be looking for a pass here.
TCU running a very quick huddle as Rasco on the option pulled that ball back and still doesn't get anything. Dwayne Duncombe, 48, the middle linebacker, continues to play outstanding football today.
Yeah, he can run. He goes side to side. Here we go with the option. It's just messed up here at the point, at the mesh point. They don't know. Either one of them, Davis or Rasco, doesn't know who's getting the ball. Rasco keeps it, and Duncombe runs him down. The reason they defense the thing is because they stopped at the mesh point. They have to throw the ball here. They're going to have to put them first down as the time because they're looking for run. Second down
10. Here's the inside pitch. That is a forward pass to Bobby Davis, and that doesn't work either. Lee Beckelman, 92, the strong linebacker, right there playing it at home and throws him for a 2-yard loss.
Darthard had good position on Beckelman, but Davis made a wrong choice, went outside and was tackled. I want to know where Reggie Davis is, Merle. I expected to see a big game from him. He's played well. They've only attempted one pass to him.
Third down, 12. Texas coming on the blitz, and the pass is complete to Davis, but he's short of a first down by a yard. Your question was answered. Eric Jeffries putting on a solid shot on the sideline, an 11-yard pickup by Reggie Davis, but they're short of a first down.
This is a great pass. They got him in motion, trying to get single coverage on him. They do. Oh, look at the pass. That's a good drop by the defensive player right over him by Rasco and out of bounds.
So on 4th and 1, the Frogs have to go for it. They're in the fourth quarter, trailing 31-16. Into the wishbone. Darthard hit behind the line, fumbles the ball out of bounds. Texas will take over. Blake Bronner, 85, and Brian Espinoza, 94, who played the left end and left tackle for Texas. Very, very tough today and come up with a big 4th down play.
Well, a lot of times you don't block the tackle or the end. They didn't there on the option or the wishbone. You skip a guy, and with nobody to block Bronner, he's able to mess it up, and the rest of the defense comes and makes the tackle. A lot of times you skip a guy on the option, you'll block him, but I have to feel that was a blown assignment.
1st down, Texas on the 38-yard line of TCU. Simmons in there, split along with Norris. Norris takes the handoff and gets down to the 35. Check that. Anthony Byerly, number 24, in place of Norris, 34. So a gain of 3. It'll be 2nd down, 7.
And Texas can win this one right here. You see Byerly picking his way through. That's the type of backs Texas have. I guess Edwin Simmons probably would be the only power back. He hasn't played much. The rest of these guys are just kind of little scooters.
Stafford, 2nd down call. On the roll, throws and completes it to Byerly out of the backfield, and Byerly is brought down to the 16. Ricky Rugeley, number 6, the quarterback, and Scott Harris, 39, the weak linebacker, the tackle for TCU, a gain of 18.
Well, Simmons in the game. You have to watch him. They're trying to get the linebackers to go other way. See Byerly cross right in front of Simmons, excuse me. Now he's out in the defensive secondary all by himself. And I'll tell you, Scott Harris has chased a lot of backs today who have been wide open. They have really worked him over, trying to isolate him. They've done a good job of it. Texas's offense, and Harris, there's not much you can do.
10 out of 18, 143 yards for Stafford. Clark is in as a tight end, set to the left. Simmons trying to get some yardage and gets down to the 15 and is thrown all the way back to the 20. I believe he'll get about a yard. Greg Moore, 44, David Caldwell, 48, are the defensive specialists on that play for TCU.
This guy makes a huge target. Here's Dean, who's 250 pounds, going against Simmons, who's about 240, and number 33. Look at all those purple shirts. And I've seen him twice now, and he makes a heck of a target out there. He's so big.
So we've an injured Frog, and we'll pick that up for you. We have 12:35 to go in the 4th quarter. Texas 31-16. 2nd down, 9. Simmons and Norris are in the backfield now for Texas. Gay and Johnson are the wideouts. It's Gay in motion back to the left side. Stafford rolling to the right to the sideline, throwing incomplete. Johnson was well covered. There was nobody really to throw to, so he just threw the ball away. Before the game today, Lisa Crozen, a TCU cheerleader, fell and dislocated her elbow. But you talk about tough and enthusiasm. She's right back to help lead the cheers, and we wish her well. Lisa, oh boy, you're right in a ball game. 3rd down, 9. Coming up.
3rd down and 9.
Can't keep her enthusiasm down. Metcalf is now in as the tailback. He goes on to the wing left, and Darren Norris becomes the lone setback. The pass completed to Tony Jones, who put one for a touchdown earlier. He's got another one. Jones catching his 2nd touchdown pass of the day. This one for 15 yards, and no wonder Fred Akers can smile. Right now he's got a 37-16 lead. Jones with 3 touchdown receptions for the year. As we mentioned, 2 in this game. Jeff Ward goes for the extra point. The hold by Rob McManus. And Ward puts another one on the board.
A couple of elements to this play here. One is that Jones is small, but he's so quick. He's going to have Ricky Rugeley on him. But the key to the play, again, is the velocity of the pass by Stafford. Hits him right in the chest, a little bit behind him. Rugeley overruns the thing. Now, he's got to make a decision. He's got to stay either inside or outside, probably outside on this play, because he's got help inside. Watch how he leaves the sideline open. Rugeley, number 6. See, he got too far to the left. This guy's too quick. He can't get back fast enough. He had no help on the outside. The defense can't catch up, and it's a touchdown.
So with 12:06 to go in the ball game, Texas extends the lead to 38-16. Texas on top by a score of 38-16. Tony Jones having a good day, coming off the bench with 2 touchdown catches. Let's take a look at the quarterbacks and what they have done today.
Well, Stafford having a great day, and again, he's probably completed or thrown about 75% of his passes should have been caught. He's 11 for 23 touchdowns anyway, and 158 yards. Rasco has played well, but he hasn't been asked to throw all that often.
Tony Brooks on the returns. The ball comes up in the 5-yard line. Is taken out of bounds at about the 31. A little extra action there, but it's quickly broken up. A 26-yard return. Darrell Taylor ran him out of bounds. That's WC next. This guy is some football player. He transferred in from East Texas a year ago, was all conference as a guard. He's played center this year. He does everything. The Southwest Conference standing.
Is it evenly matched? Well, you be the judge. Arkansas, Baylor, and Texas Tech all at 4-2. A&M 5-0 play in Arkansas today. Texas is not out yet. They win this game, and it looks like they will, and they have a shot. Depends on what happens at Arkansas today.
Rasco will throw on first down. Gerard Delaney, a first down reception at the 44 is Tony Tillman, number 11, the left cornerback, runs him out a gain of 13.
Quarterbacks. Why do they make so much money when they turn pro? Well, here's why. Old David, he's going to complete this thing, but he's also going to pay the price. But he stands in there, this kid. I like him. I've liked him since the beginning of the year. He's a good, solid quarterback.
Robert Sullivan now playing a middle linebacker for Texas. TCU rather goes to the run. Tony Darthard inside the 50, just barely inside the 50 in Texas territory, gain of 6.
Well, 2 plays have really made the difference here in the second half and caused this game to get out of hand, and where Darthard was involved in both of them. One was a fumble. Texas went in for a touchdown. The other was as good as a turnover. It was a 4th down play where nobody blocked Brawner. Darthard had the ball. They stopped him short. He didn't get the first down. Texas turned that one around and went in.
Rasco, play action. Wheels it out to the left side and completes this one to Roscoe Tatum, his fullback at the 40. John Hagee, number 17, makes the tackle. Another first down for TCU on a gain of 10.
Well, here, Rasco completes this ball, but the problem is where he throws it. Now, if Roscoe gets it from Rasco in good position and gets himself turned around, this guy's a burner. If he could have just got his shoulders turned upfield, we'd have got a thrill, I think, because he could fly.
Speaking of flying, Jared Delaney can. He's wide to the right side. Rasco rolling and keeping and getting what he can. And he is out of bounds on the 37-yard line of Texas, chased out by John Hagee after a gain of 3.
We're inside 11 minutes. And TCU can put the wishbone and the flex bone and all other bones away. They can bury them in the backyard because they're going to have to put it up and get some quick TDs here.
10:59 left to play. Texas on top, 38-16. Next week, it's TCU at Texas A&M, 12 noon on Raycom. Rasco completes this one to Darthard out of the backfield. And he is out of bounds at about the 25 after picking up 12. And Stephen Braggs, number 6, the free safety, and David McAdoo, the linebacker, make the hit.
Reggie Davis, number 88, big game last week. Watch him. He's running right into the defense. And one of the things, if that's a reading pattern, he's reading it wrong. He needs to run away from the defense. There you go. Rasco to Darthard. First down.
Rasco will go upstairs again. Wheels it out into the left flat. Darthard once more at the 20. Darthard to the 18. Eric Jeffries, number 1, knocks him off his feet at the 18-yard line.
Well, there's a good example of a freshman. I talked about this earlier. What he did just then. He caught that ball, was surrounded, and he ran laterally. He should have turned his shoulders upfield and got low and burrowed for 5 yards. He could have got it, but he didn't. He ran laterally, and that's something for you kids to remember. When you run laterally, the defense will catch it. Turn it upfield.
This play messed up with the Texas defense as Darthard gets hit by Chalmer Adams, number 96, the senior from Waco, the right tackle. And we've hit the 10-minute mark. A loss of 2 on that play at the 20. David Rasco, the sophomore from Houston, 185-pounder, had thrown for 885 yards coming into the game today and rushed for 294. And you see that he has hit for 75 yards in the air and a touchdown this afternoon.
They're throwing the short patterns here lately. Maryland's worked well. Let's see what happens here.
In motion is Tatum. Rasko to Bednarski, the fullback at the 16. And he gets 4. And Ken Hackeback, 68, the freshman from Belleville, makes the tackle. And the ball carrier, Scott Bednarski, is injured on the play, the sophomore from Austin. He also wrestles professionally in the summer, as does his father, who wrestles professionally year-round. So we have a timeout with the injury. 9 minutes and 24 seconds left to play in this ball game. The Longhorns of Texas 38, the Frogs of TCU 6. John Hagee, number 17, the strong safety, a gain of 8 yards and a 1st and goal to go coming up for TCU. Let's look at other scores now. How about this, huh?
The Gophers on the prowl on the Wolverines by 7. South Carolina pulling away from Wake Forest. Ooh. Yeah, Mississippi had a shot at the Sugar Bowl. That's gone. 22-10, they lose to Tennessee.
1st down, goal to go. Rasko straight ahead. Rasko inside the 5 at the 3. Let's go back to the scoreboard again.
Ohio State over. It's done. They beat Wisconsin. They're setting up a showdown with Michigan if they don't lose. Nebraska pounding Kansas. Florida losing to Kentucky. That's a surprise. Oklahoma and Colorado. Early 14-0 lead. Colorado's held them, but they can't score against them.
That Oklahoma defense has not given up a touchdown since the Texas game. Whistle, stopping play, flags go down.
Boy, what a time for that penalty. Procedure penalty.
That's what it is, a legal procedure against TCU.
You get anxious, you hurry up. Anything that throws your balance and your timing off when you're behind and you try to hurry up to the line. Had a couple of 2 or 3 guys jumped on that. I don't know if the count was clear. Watch, it's not just one, it's a couple. Look at that. The whole line jumped. It might have been the center that missed the count on that.
So the procedure penalty takes the ball back outside the 7, almost the 8-yard line. It's still 2nd down, goal to go for TCU. Jeff Daly is over the ball for the Frogs. Nix is playing the left guard, has been most of the afternoon. They've had to do some switching again today. Darthur takes out the fake beautifully, and the pass from Rasko intended for Ford is thrown over his head. But I want to tell you something. He had a problem because big number 93, Steve Llewellyn, was all over David Rasko.
Now, see, I can't understand why you'd run a wishbone out of this thing. Okay, they want to go to Ford. The whole thing takes so long to develop. Send one receiver out, and he's a tight end and not real quick. Seems to me just by formation you could kind of set the defense and spread them out a little bit. That's what you want to do, is spread them out.
3rd down and goal. Rasko gets hit as he throws the ball. He really gets hammered by number 92, Lee Beckelman, the strong linebacker who was coming from the right side, but there's a flag on the play.
Yeah, Lee never stopped. Again, goal line defense. This thing's got to happen quick. Watch 92. Coming from the back inside. That wasn't 92. It was 3. That's easy enough for me to make that mistake. 92 looks like 3. It's going to be a holding call. Holding on TCU, and they didn't get it done anyway.
And so Texas will decline the penalty and bring up the 4th down and goal to go. And of course, field goal does nothing for TCU here. The Frogs are down 38-16 with 8:26 left to play in the game.
That was Tex Mercer that made that play. I owe him that at least.
So out come the Frogs, and Delaney goes wide to the right side. Ford tight end left. Rasko on the drop, still looking, being chased by a linebacker, throws on the run, incomplete. Texas will take over. The intended Broner had the coverage. The intended receiver was Reggie Davis. And so Texas takes the football at its own 8-yard line.
Nothing else Rasko can do. He's got to run to get away from the rush. Now he's got half the field to throw to. Anybody on his backside is out of the play. Davis trying to roll, but he just can't do it. Ball thrown by him.
You saw Dwayne Duncombe putting the rush on David Rasko, and Duncombe has just simply been all over the field today.
Well, TCU now has played into Texas' hands. The Texas' strength of their team is that secondary, and TCU needing 3 touchdowns to win this game. Can't even tie with 2 or get close. They need 3 touchdowns, and this is not where they want to be at this point in the game.
Donovan Forbes is now the quarterback for the University of Texas. Charles Hunter is in there, also as a running back, and the whistle stops play. So Brett Stafford apparently is going to get the rest of the day off as he turns it over to Donovan Forbes, the freshman redshirt out of Baytown, Texas. We have an illegal procedure call against Texas, and Andy Pitts walked right into the indicated folded up hand. Almost looked like the referee Doyle Jackson punched him right in the helmet, but Pitts was in the wrong place
at the wrong time.
Stafford threw for 3 touchdowns today. That ties him for the all-time Texas mark for touchdown passes thrown in 1 year. Brewer had 12. Todd Dodge had 11. Bobby Lane had 9. He was tied with Lane with 9 coming into the game today. Lots of hitting, and finally Edwin Simmons saw some daylight and was able to bang his way out to about the 25-yard line. Joe Johnson will finally get the tackle on the play.
Now, we've waited a while to see this. You think you could tackle Edwin Simmons? Great change of direction there, and now, hey, if he's got a tearaway jersey, we get to see him do about 90 yards there.
I think he was thinking that, but you could hear the popping all the way up here. He was doing most of the popping, though.
He's a big target, that guy. I like to say, if you're playing defense, you can't miss him.
18-yard pickup by Simmons. First down at the 22-yard line. Forbes at quarterback, fumbles the football and wisely falls on it. Takes a yard loss at the 21. Brett Stafford, what an afternoon. 1982, Brewer hit for 12 touchdown passes, and Stafford equaled that today. By the way, if Bobby Lane is looking in this afternoon, I want to wish you well. Bobby went up to Detroit for a big celebration with the Lions. They had a big day up there. Doak Walker was up there. Some of the greats. Bobby became ill, and we understand is resting comfortably at his home in Lubbock now. Donovan Forbes hands off to Edwin Simmons. The best way to take him down is the way Mike Hebert, the nose tackle, did. Get him down low and just submarine.
Yeah, that's a nice play there.
Now let's take a look at the Apple scoreboard. Baylor and Rice are underway, and SMU leads Tech in the second quarter. A&M and Arkansas have started.
That's a good matchup, that A&M Arkansas game. That little defense, or smallish defense of Arkansas, very quick, running sideline to sideline against that big, powerful offense.
Arkansas is still alive in this thing. In fact, there could be 5 teams alive in it. Texas wins today. Forbes throwing on the run to Gay, and it's out of bounds. Covered by Joe Johnson. If Texas A&M wins today and TCU beats Texas, which is going to be a little hard to do right now, then A&M would be in the Cotton Bowl as of tonight. However, Texas winning here, Texas still alive. A&M would have to lose 2 games to TCU, Arkansas, and Texas would have to win against Baylor and A&M. That's one formula for Texas. If Texas A&M loses today, 5 teams are still alive: Arkansas, Baylor, Texas Tech, Texas, and Texas A&M. That's the book. On 4th down, Waits barefoots it downfield, and Tony Brooks will watch the ball roll out of bounds, and it does on the 38-yard line of TCU. 6 minutes, 20 seconds remain in this game. The Texas Longhorns have a very comfortable lead right now over the TCU Horned Frogs, 38-16. And we'll be back after this message from 4th quarter, and Texas leads TCU 38-16. Rasco looking, throwing. That's going to be picked off, and it is at the 30-yard line by Richard Peavy. So Richard Peavy, who's been such an outstanding performer this his senior year, but he has been out since the Missouri game, picks up his first interception of the season.
A tough break for a kid like Peavy, who is such a great athlete, to be out most of his senior year. This pass it's desperation, even with 6 minutes to go, intended out here for Reggie Davis. No chance. Double coverage deep. Everybody's there, and Texas picks it off. That'll happen at the end of a game like this.
First down for the Longhorns at the 30-yard line in Horn territory, and we're at 6:12 to go in the game. Everett Gay is split out wide to the right side. The quarterback is Donovan Forbes. Forbes will go to his tailback, That's Edwin Simmons, and he is dumped at about the 35. And it's Joe Johnson, the roverback, number 2 from Waxahachie, who makes the hit.
A good chance to see Edwin. Watch him run the ball.
2nd down, 5. Hobbling off the field is Mark Semmelman, a tight end, and he is replaced by Steve Clark, number 82, who sets to the right side. Forbes to Hunter. Here's another guy that's off the injury list, and he gets a couple of yards. Tackle by Andy Pitts, number 49. Gain of 3 on the play. Boy, Charles Hunter, number 26, who's the sophomore from Odessa, has been out since the OU game. He had 16 straight starts until the injury. Coming into this game, rushed for 127 yards, and I'll tell you, with this kind of talent, that's about one ball game sometimes. But right now, he's going to the sideline.
Yeah, he had a tough injury too. That groin muscle, it's a big muscle on the inside, upper inside of your leg, and for a running back, that's a tough thing to get over.
Kevin Nelson is split way to the right, outside your picture. Contact on the line. Mitchell Benson, number 95, came charging across. Now the question is, was he drawn across? Needless to say, the purple shirts point to the white shirts, and the white shirts say, no, they're the bad guys.
Defense never makes a mistake.
Spoken like a true defensive player.
Well, what happened there, if the defense touched him before he moved, then it's the defense. But if they were over the line and he moved, it's the offense.
Illegal procedure. Somebody moved on the Texas line.
Didn't I tell you? Minnesota has beaten Michigan. Wow. Boy, that's a big one there. A loss in the Big Ten for Michigan. I believe Minnesota has 1 loss in the Big Ten also, and Ohio State is undefeated. Michigan can still go to the Rose Bowl by beating Ohio State, though, however, right? Well, what about Minnesota now? If Minnesota... They had lost to Ohio State, so...
Ohio State is winning rather big today over Wisconsin, and so the Buckeye fans must be going crazy right now. 3rd down coming up. Nelson comes in motion back to the inside, and Forbes airs it out, going long, and that is a play that could be a pass that could be picked off. Double coverage on Tony Jones, who's caught 2 touchdown passes today.
This really actually plays to the weakness of Tony Jones. He's not very big, well under 6 feet. Ball's in the air too long. What you need to lead him. He's not going to out-jump anybody. And that ball with 2 guys on him just not going to make it. Jones is effective if he gets free, and he's been free today a few times.
Billy Jones and Joe Johnson back in the double coverage. Now Waits will kick it away for the University of Texas. Alex, the freshman from Plano, hits a line drive with the left foot. Tony Brooks has to go back and get it, and it's going to be covered well by the University of Texas. There's 6 white shirts after him, and he finally runs out of bounds at the 22.
Waits made the key play of the game, and since then has really not gotten off a good punt.
That winds up as a 47-yard kick, basically on the roll. 38-16, Texas, and we'll be back. 38-16, we have 4:23 to go in the game. Merle Harmon and Kevin Kiley with you, and we'll be with you next week in College Station. Ron Giles is now the quarterback. TCU will play the Aggies next week. Delaney, who set up in the wishbone, makes it a veer and also makes it as a receiver at the 37-yard line for a first down. John Hagee, 17, the strong safety on the tackle, a gain of 14.
Well, it's a crossing pattern for both Ford and Jared Delaney, and Giles does a nice job of waiting for Delaney to clear right there. He clears the defense, and then he turns upfield. He's a little bit around a little bit longer, and he gets up, turns it upfield, picks up a few more yards.
Keith Burnett just checked in. Waddy goes in motion to the right. Giles eludes a tackle, throws it, completes it to Davis, and Davis goes down in a flag also. Stromile, the defensive back, there to cover him. It'll be a gain of 6, but let's see what the flag means. Pretty long discussion there. Got an illegal use of the hands holding penalty coming up against TCU, apparently.
Jim saying, "Are you kidding? Unbelievable call on me, ref."
Well, Jim is sure hoping that next year he's going to be able to see say unbelievable again with getting all of his guys back.
Now, he said yesterday that next year and '88 are their years. See if we can pick up this penalty. Check out the left side of your screen. There you go. It's a block, push block clip by the TCU player. First down.
First down, 10. Giles, who's got the ball? They both have it. Rodney Higgs was trying to get that handoff. Apparently did, but I think that was dual possession there.
Well, you see, Giles is getting out of the puddle, and he's pointing at himself like, this is an option. I'm supposed to make a decision here. And Higgs got a hold of it. It's been since the first quarter, and he had a run play. He says, I'm keeping it. He was going to make the decision himself.
Second down, 10. Giles does hand off. The ball is fumbled. Texas has recovered. Hagee went for it. Bradford fumbled the football, and Texas takes over.
Well, it's going to be 29 years, I think, before TCU is going to get a shot at, well, I guess it's 30 years, right? They play every other year, so maybe on the 30th anniversary. 1
out of every 2 Texas public school students will meet rigorous scholastic requirements in order to voluntarily compete in a university interscholastic league event. Support these outstanding young men and women in your community. They are the Texas leaders of tomorrow. First down, 39-yard line of TCU. Donovan Forbes is the quarterback. Firely inside the 35 to about the 34. Gain of 5 on the play. It was Andy Pitts, the linebacker, made the tackle. Anthony Byerly, the senior from Newton.
One of the problems that, as you look at Fred Akers, one of the problems TCU has had this year is they don't have a big play guy on defense. The guy who, when they need, it's a third down situation, they need a pass broken up or an interception or a big sack. They don't have that guy, and it's really hurt them.
Lance Seach is a fullback, but Edwin Simmons is the tailback, and he gets the ball and goes down to the 20-yard line. John Booty, number 11, the right quarterback from Carthage, on the tackle, but Simmons gets 13 in the first down.
Edwin says his knees are healthy. They look pretty healthy on that play, like the big kids against the little kids.
Simmons, 6 carries, 44 yards today. One of his more productive days. He really hasn't played a whole lot either. 2 minutes, 18 seconds and counting. Texas winning its 5th game of the year against 4 losses. Simmons tackled behind the line as Mike Hebert, 89 from Pasadena, in there to make the hit. And Oklahoma has scored again in the 4th quarter.
You can hold them just so long. Ooh, the Hogs. 7-0 over Texas A&M. Boy, that'd create some interest in this conference race if they knock them off.
Tough to win. They're playing in Little Rock today. A&M has had some difficulties up there. Second down and 10, the ball of the 21 of TCU. Texas led at the half by a score of 24-13. Draw to Simmons. Simmons wants that touchdown, but he's not going to get it, but he is close. Pulled down by John Booty from behind. A 20-yard pickup by Edwin Simmons. And Booty, the 174-pounder, was holding on for dear life.
I'll tell you, we haven't talked about that offensive line. Look at those Texas guys pulling. Look at the lane for Simmons. And once he gets ahead of steam, Booty's the last guy that could possibly tackle him. This is great blocking. From the side, Edwin Simmons. Looks like a big train going through there. Look at that stride. 20 yards.
Seach is the fullback in front of Simmons in the eye. Simmons going for it, and he didn't get it. Andy Pitts, 49, was at the top of the stack, and they weren't going to let him go over the top. Second and goal.
Turn it around, give him the ball again. Edwin's been worked long and hard for a touchdown. I give him a touchdown. The thing about him is he's so big, and I made that point, he is a great target. And for a guy like that to leave his feet at 250 pounds, if he stays on his feet, he's like a truck. He'd be tough to handle.
Second down, goal from the 1.
Put your head down, Edwin.
Movement on the line. Nobody's pointing fingers this time.
I think that's the defense.
Yep.
TCU still trying. Still trying. Trying a little too hard on that play.
Well, Texas gets a half yard on the penalty.
I tell you, I give it to Edwin. I tell him to get those shoulders about a yard off the ground, put his head down, and I don't know how you could stop him.
31 seconds and counting. Forbes is the quarterback. Simmons, he's got the touchdown. Edwin Simmons put 6 on the board. That's his 4th touchdown of the year. And Fred Akers and his Longhorns have a lot to smile about this afternoon as they run their Southwest Conference record to 4-2, and they're still in the race. And we've reported to you that in the first quarter, Arkansas is leading Texas A&M 7-0. Don't forget, next week we're going to be at Texas A&M. It'll be TCU against the Aggies, and it'll be 12 o'clock noon on Raycom. And the extra point try coming up. Jeff Ward set a record for Southwest Conference for field goals this year career-wise, and he adds an extra point, and he's missed only one in his career a couple of years ago here, and it's 46-16 Texas.
Edwin Simmons, 6'4", 237 pounds, from Hawkins. 3 knee operations and in.
So Simmons, his 4th touchdown of the year, and it's 46. Check that, 45-16, 20 seconds left to play. 5 and TCU 16, and at Little Rock, Arkansas, the Aggies have tied the Razorbacks.
That one's going down to the wire, Merle. Can you imagine what that crowd is like down there?
Oh boy.
Up there, I guess. A lot of hog hats. I got mine when I was down. I got a hog hat.
Okay, here comes the kickoff by the Longhorns, and we have 20 seconds left to play in this game. It'll be fielded at about the 2. And Brooks gets it out to about the 15. Our Dodge player of the game is Brett Stafford of the University of Texas. He's had an outstanding day, and Dodge will contribute $1,000 into a general scholarship fund to be distributed among Southwest Conference institutions according to a conference-approved plan. Once again, Dodge player of the game, Brett Stafford. There are his numbers, and there he is in person.
Not an easy choice either. Metcalf had a great day, and Peavy had a great day, and the defense of Texas overall played extremely well, but Stafford was the key. He was on the money more than 11 times.
I want to thank our spotters, Scott Pitts, who worked TCU, Steve Ross and Dick Lenz worked the Texas board today, and our statistician is Lee Friday, as always. Giles is pulled down short of the line of scrimmage, and we're down to